Welcome back. It is grand finals time here at the ASUS ROG CSGO tournament, and I'm sure the home crowd has got what they wanted. We have HAVU, and they're taking on LDLC. It's going to be a Finnish team versus, well, you could call them French, but I would like to say European. They are all over from Europe. This is, in a sense, I remember a couple years back, we had a similar situation. A Finnish team versus LDLC. At that time, LDLC came out on top. We'll see how this one.
Hopefully we can reverse that today.
Exactly. That's what the crowd is going to be hoping for. We have a packed house over here. That's great to see. Hoping that everyone's going to be chanting on for the home team. But since we have a bit of time here, we should as well just go through a bit on the tournament. How did we end up here?
Sure. So obviously both of these teams came from different groups initially.
What do you know? Yeah.
So that actually worked out fairly well. So LDLC's run, they started off by beating Super Yumu in the opener, fairly one-sided game. That was the game that we showed here on the stream. They then wound up losing to Pro 100 on Kabul. Again, showed on the stream, fairly lopsided loss. The Ukrainians really went to work on them, but they did defeat the Finns in the deciding game. Unfortunate turn of events at the end of Mirage. Arvid was the one to commit the game-ending mistake, one could say, losing anti-eco during the final stages of the game.
We're not pointing fingers here, of course, just saying.
Yeah, just stating facts. And then, obviously, they beat North Academy earlier today in a somewhat convincing fashion, I would say. They had big leads in the opening halves of both maps. Wound up looking somewhat close overall, but still fairly obvious the whole time who was leading the pack.
Yeah, I mean, LDLC looked a little shaky, you could say, in the beginning of the tournament yesterday, but definitely came here today with a far better game plan. They seem to be dialed in much more. Obviously, in the first game against North today, they seemed like they were able to negate any aggression shown by the North guys, because they tried a lot of different things, but they were utilizing their grenades well, throwing mollies where someone was trying to take an aggressive peek, for example, and then being able to take the man advantage most of the time. So they seem like they're a far better team here in day 2 than they were in day 1.
I wonder how much existence factored into that, because when I spoke to him yesterday, he said that he was feeling fairly ill. So, presumably he got some rest at the end of yesterday because he was in the earlier group, which means he had the entire evening off. Yep. So that might have helped him feel a little better today. We'll see if that's going to be enough for the grand final, of course. For HAVU, they actually started off their tournament in a losing fashion. They got absolutely destroyed by North Academy, the same team that were knocked out earlier today in the semifinals by the, I was going to say Frenchmen, but like you said, they're not actually French, just European.
Fake French.
International team. They then wound up beating the other Finnish team in their group, FC Lahti Menes. Super one-sided game, nothing to write home about. Then beat God Hunden, alternate attacks, 2-0.
What do you know?
In the deciding game at the end of last night. And then earlier today, bested Pro 100, 2-0 in the semifinals. So far, none of the playoff series have gone all 3 maps.
It feels like both teams have a similar trajectory, actually. They've kind of looked shaken in the first day, but they've definitely played much better here today. Have HAVU. I mean, they felt like they were slowed down their gameplay a little bit. They took their time into pretty much everything they did, and it seemed like it fit them far better.
So far, the best players, I would say, of the tournament have been Alexi and Otto from HAVU. I think they by far have been the best performance. For LDLC, it's obviously been much closer in terms of how they've done. The one thing that I'm curious to see how it plays out in the final is we've seen them opt to go for a double up setup far too often throughout this tournament. Yeah. It's something they've seemingly done every chance they've gotten, and I'm not sure that it's worked out even a single time. So that's something questionable that they started off not doing earlier today in the semifinal in the beginning stages, and then they fell back right into it later on anyway. So we'll see if they're still gonna fall into that trap in the game here.
Yeah. Also, something I'm looking forward in this game to see Uli play. Obviously, this is the first time he's on the limelight. I think he's had some good performances. He's definitely had his shiny moments. I remember on Cash, for example, being boosted against Pro 100, getting that really important triple kill to nail one of the later stitches rounds on the CT side. So I think he's definitely shown that he's a capable player. Now, obviously, playing in a grand final can be an experience of its own if the jitters get in.
I think he's done well so far in this tournament. He's probably been the 3rd best player in the team. Yeah. I would say he's playing some of the harder sites by himself. So, for example, Train on the inner side, he's done really well ever since the first game. The first game, no one did a good job on Train. Though I would still argue that HAVU lost that game on the outside attacks for the most part. But he did a really good job in the alternate attacks game, locking down the inner side on Train. not going to be a map that we're going to be seeing today, of course. That was vetoed by LDLC. So if we're going to go over that then. So HAVU started off by getting rid of Kabul. It's the map that they just don't play with the current roster. Haven't played in quite a while. LDLC doesn't play Train. That's their veto. The first pick was for HAVU. That's Mirage. That's the first map that we're going to be seeing to start off the series. LDLC got to pick their starting side, but surprisingly, they actually opted to start as terrorists.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's a little surprising because it seems like the meta currently in Counter-Strike, and has been for the past couple of years, is that everybody wants to start on the easier side, even though I think there's a case to be made that if you start on the harder side, there's almost nothing to lose because you're not expecting to do too well anyway. As long as you don't let a deficit go into your head, that basically gives you almost a pressure-free zone to try to have a really strong first half. So the second map is going to be Inferno. That's the map LDLC's done superb this tournament. They beat North Academy really impressively today. Had a 12-3 opening half in the first half.
On T
side. On T side. That was great play by them. Obviously, the bit of a blunder by Existence on the second half pistol round cost them dearly in the second half.
It's a classic one-on-0 situation. I don't think we still figured out whether he was trying to find a kit or if he was.
We should have actually asked.
Yeah, we should
have tried to find out.
Missed opportunity.
But anyway, so they closed out that, and that's a map they've always looked good on. It's a very tactical map. It's the kind of map that Existence's teams have always historically fared fairly well on. So HAVU decided to veto Overpass. That was the other map LDLC played earlier today. It's a fairly tactical map. Now, HAVU actually haven't had bad results on the map historically under Alexis' leadership, but it was one of the maps where they relied, I would say, more on Sergey than on some of the other maps. So, it's probably going to take a little longer to get fully adjusted to his absence from the team. On the other hand, LDLC got rid of Cash. That's been HAVU's pick so far this tournament, undefeated on it. And that makes the deciding map Nuke, which is going to be interesting because that's a very tactical map. So when you think about it, you would think LDLC would have the edge on that should it come down to it, but you just never know without seeing these teams. But I think we're going to get some interviews now before we get the game going.
Go ahead, Esa.
Tervetuloa. Tervetuloa myös TV2 katsojat mun puolesta Helsingin messukeskuksen. Helsinki, are you ready for your grand final? The team on my right is coming from France. It is LDLC. On far right, we have Tuanu. Next to him is Devil himself. In the middle, we have Existence. Next to him, it is Alex. Last but not least, it is Maniac. And on my left, it is team hailing from Finland. It is HAVU! Far right, it is Kran. Next to him, it is Xarte. In the middle, it is Alexi. After that, it is Uli. And last but not least, it is Otto. And on that note, it is time to kick off the grand final of the ASUS ROG Assembly Winter 2018 tournament. Let's go, boys!
Wow, we looked a little different there for a while, I could say.
I was going to say we aged really fast.
And lost a lot of hair in the process. We love you guys, obviously. Anyway,
Questionable?
there's our teams.
That's debatable.
There's our teams, HAVU and LDLC. We can see LDLC right now in a bit of a huddle. They're going through things. That I mentioned before, I mean, their coach definitely has been very vocal to not just their in-game leader existence, but actually just be taking individual players when they have tactical timeouts. He'll just go to one of the players, go through a couple of things he's noticed. So that's good to see. You know, it seems to be more like the individual's coach. Obviously, existence is going to have that tactical prowess. So not sure how much he's going to need in that kind of thing, but you know, maybe they have a deal with him that where if he sees some kind of tendency or frustration in one of the players, you know, take a timeout, go through it with the player, so that you can get through that issue.
Well, it makes sense, and I mean, Existence also is one of the few rare pure in-game leaders in the sense that that is what he's here to do. You know, he's not there to frag. He's not a particularly skilled player, though. I think he definitely hold his own in this kind of setting. But he is there fully to just be the in-game leader and make the right calls. It's a bit like MSL, you could say, in that sense.
Yeah, I hope his motivation is on point.
I wish we could have played that YouTube clip of that speech that he had before the tournament that Duncan always loves to tweet. It's a really good YouTube video before, I think, the NIP semifinal for the first major. It holds like a speech in French prior to the game. Anyway.
And they get wrecked. Taken down. Well, we are here flying in Mirage. Let's say, you could say it's a Counter-Strike Classic at this point.
Yeah, you could say that. Unfortunately, it hasn't had a facelift yet since the map came out, so there's I feel like there's real danger that the mean people in Bellevue, Washington, are going to take it out of the rotation next, but that's yet to be seen.
And it originates, correct me if I'm wrong, from a map called the CPL Strike.
Is it Strike? I think it's Strike,
I
yeah.
think Strike, yeah. There's Fire, there was Mill, and there's Fire. Fire was the horrible one. No one wants to play that. CPL Mill, everyone loves, and Strike was
Hold on. Fire was the one with the net in the middle. Everybody loved that. Well, I loved that because no one else liked that, which means, you know, if you put 2 hours into it, everybody else would have no chance. That's a fantastic bargain.
It was only played in the lower bracket of the CPL as well.
Yeah, see you there.
Yeah, I was actually losing into one of those. Anywho,
Joke's on you.
10, 13 years later, here we are, sitting, casting this final. It is just moments away before we go live. And yeah, it's going to be a HAVU starting on CT side. And again, to know, LDLC chose to start at the T side. So interesting. As you probably pointed out, there's a case to be made with starting on the harder side and then being able to maybe grind it back on the easier side.
To be fair, I mean, I just don't think that it matters at all. I think it's one of those things where it doesn't matter what you have. You're just gonna lie to yourself and your team and say, oh, this is good because whatever. Because that's the way you should always approach whatever. You just make it. Just build your attitude towards it in a way that benefits you. But we are finally going to go live. The restarts are in. It's going to be the first pistol round of the grand final.
Time to make some noise, baby boys and girls. How about it? There we go. It is the final after all, so it's great to see there's a pulse in the crowd now. And we are live in the pistol round. 2 set of nades coming from LDLC, and they are actually, seems like they're going to be putting up a execute straight from the get-go. However, you can see from the minimap.
This is terrible news for HAVU, who have no people defending the A site. LDLC are going to have free entry into the bomb site. They're certainly going to get the bomb planted, and it might make for a tough retake. Notably, Zarte is the one who has a kit, and he's also got a smoke. They are pushing into CT spawn, and it looks like HAVU are prepared for that, but they have no flash to try and clear those close corners. So this battle here, with Otto leading the way for HAVU, is going to be pivotal in deciding the outcome of this round.
It's going to be a bloodbath right here. Karan starts things off against one. But back and forth, Otto with 2 kills. The advantages in the way of HAVU right now. That Existence is dead. One more in Devil in the A pit, but he's going to get down by Otto as well. There you have it. Even though it was grim lookout from the beginning of that situation, HAVU being pushed in middle, they still come out on top.
To be honest, it looked like HAVU knew what they were going to do, because that would be the perfect counter to that pistol. Just make sure that they don't go B, which you're going to lose if they get into that side. It's so hard to retake. And then just have 4 people run through CT spawn where you know they're going to push, and that's going to allow you to win those duels. So to me, it actually looks like they just knew what LDLC was like to do, and they had the perfect counter for that.
Well, certainly did, and as we can see now, LDLC has opted to purchase a Galil and upgraded pistols. They also have a set of nades to play with. It's as though they are looking to just explode out of these A apartments, and lone CT right now is Karan. Alex B is in connector, so he's in close proximity to be able to help.
Lex is the one who's gonna have to stop LDLC. If anyone's gonna do it, Karan does a lot of damage to Toy News coming down to the side. Alexi gets the first kill. But next two kills go against HAVU, and here we have LDLC boosting in the window. This is so dangerous. Existence should have gotten the kill, but he misses on Zarte at a free kill to his back. And that's brought HAVU right back into the round.
Well, certainly has now. Zarte on Maniac, but it is the Swiss player coming out on top, leaving just Karan here in a 2-on-2 situation. Low HP on Karan and Maniac both. So the HP situation is quite equal, actually, and the bomb is down on the A bomb side.
It's going to be a tough bomb plan for the terrorists without a smoke. Next kill could be huge, but Uli misses the shot. That's going to be such a tough duel. Karan, 10 points of health, just can't pull it off. Devil gets his third kill of the round, wins the duel, and that's going to give LDLC the control. And that's a missed opportunity for HAVU because they got lucky with Existence missing on that free kill in window.
Devil once again coming clutch. Seems to be a bit of a theme for him.
Like we said earlier, him and Body were the ones topping the stats charts for the previews. No, the DreamHack winter event 2 years ago.
Yeah, when they were known LDLC White. Very true.
So we see HAVU now, they've actually gone for a buy. Otto again hasn't bought armor, making sure that he can afford the up that his heart desires in the first weapon round. But everybody else is on a force buy. Let's see what they can do with this.
Well, that's happened really. Exists is losing most of his HP. Alexi half of his. Right now, we have LDLC just punching him out in that B apartment.
3 HAVU players in that direction, but it looks like Zarte is actually rotating out.
Oh.
As is Alexi, and that's bad news. Uli's gonna come. The terrorist coming in. Alexi gets the first kill on the Devil. Uli's still in the side. He needs to get a kill here. He gets one. He still stays alive. 3 kills coming in for HAVU now.
Yeah, Exists and Antonio both are tagged up. It's all down. Exists now is going to go down as well. Alexi with 2 more scout kills, and that's back-to-back force by wins for these teams. And HAVU again on the driver's seat. Very interesting choice from LDLC, by the way.
That was a bad call from Existence.
I'd say questionable, yeah.
They had no map control whatsoever, and they just tunnel visioned into B through the thinnest choke point in a 5v5.
Yeah.
That's a terrible call, especially coming from a leader with the kind of experience that Existence has. But LDLC are doubling down on the force buys.
Everything on red. Everything on red. Here we go.
No, that's later. This is something else.
Okay. Never mind.
Everything on red later.
Okay.
Actually, you bet black. Not red.
Here's
the push. Uli sees 3 people raiding in above it. Devil gets the entry kill. And this is looking dangerous for HAVU as they lose 2 players to LDLC's 1 and the bomb gets planted.
Yeah. Bit of a deja vu moment. Alexi B is coming through the smoke. And sure, this is absolutely blinded, but no kills being exchanged in that situation. This is going to be the cue for the CTs to actually pull back and save these weapons. It seems it's going to be.
And just like that,
what do you know?
The foreign team seizes back control.
I wonder what happens in the next episode.
Bit of a rough loss for HAVU there to not be at all prepared for another force buy hit towards B. But that's gonna make it 2-2. Give LDLC all the monetary control once again, and we'll see. HAVU is likely going to force buy here because they did save 3 weapons.
Yeah, and also they're not going to be able to buy fully into the upcoming round either.
So it would make sense. Let's see what they do. They're going to be able to drop some SMGs. Likely going to be playing very aggressive positions, and they should be prepared for another hit towards B.
Well, it's going to be a mid-tank they're coming from LDLC momentarily. Smokes are raining in, as are the players too. They have, or will not find any CTs around here. Most of them are actually towards that A-bomb side, jump window area. let's see if LDLC can be a little wiser here. Instead of just plummeting into bomb site without having much intel. Instead, trying to get some knowledge of what these dudes are up to. Well, Alex actually spots Alexi. Smoke coming in for connector. That's going to block vision from Alexi B. Slowly, is LDLC making its way towards short right now.
Koinu leading the way in the push. It's gonna go straight towards B. Not even check ladder room. Alexi gets killed in connector. Now it's all on Uli basically at the back of the site. He needs to get a kill here.
All is coming in
To
too.
slow down the terrorist, but he's stuck in such a bad spot. Gets one kill anyway. Can he stay alive?
Wow.
There's 4 kills coming in for HAVU just out of the blue. Existence all of a sudden the last man standing gets the opening kill, but he's still up against 3 more opponents.
What an interesting turn of events, you could say. This bomb is in no man's land as well. He needs to make some massive plays here, but also would require some errors from HAVU him to have a chance at this. There are crossfires. He spotted, and there you go. Uli somehow manages to actually survive through the turmoil. That was the LDLC pushing to the B bomb site. And they get it. That was the rotation was on point. They were just in time to help him out. This has been a pretty
triple down? Yeah, triple down.
It's been a wacky first few rounds.
We'll see. Can one of these teams at some point string 2 rounds together?
That's the question.
LDLC only have 1 smoke, but it looks like they are going for some kind of an A hit. Existence is going to smoke off Ticket Booth.
Yeah, Ron's going to be in for a party. Oh, it actually is
Flashing over once. Oh, that's a lucky shot for Karan through the smoke. He'll take that. Otto gets his second from jungle, and this is just falling apart for LDLC, who only have 2 people in the site. They need to go for the plant now, because those smokes are expiring any second, and they don't have any more to throw there.
Just get the bomb down, Devil does. But he gets down by Alexi. It's all down. Exis is down with an AK-47. I think he's going to run away, save that weapon for the upcoming round. Obviously, HAVU doesn't know it, so they're just playing it safe. Sure that he's not going to be able to kill him from any of these locations, but he's already far gone into the B apartments.
And that's finally 2 rounds, 1 in a row for one of the teams, and that's HAVU getting a 4-2 lead. And now surely this is actually going to be a save round with just a couple upgraded pistols for LDLC. And we might actually at some point see a proper buy round for both of these teams. And that is the case. So let's see what Exin is able to do with this AK. We've seen earlier in this tournament that just 1 AK in the hands of Existence can win you rounds. What we criticized them for against North.
Yeah.
And it wound up working. So neat flash.
Indeed.
Catching the CT from over the wall.
Oh, what?
But that's Alexi
How?
all over in the middle by himself.
Why?
No one to help him out. Gets killed. Auto trades the kill, but it takes a lot of damage in the process. And that's not a good trade for HAVU at all. Maniac jumping into B side cannot catch Zarte off guard. Does a lot of damage, but it's not enough.
Well, HAVU is willing to take the fight in the middle. Existence though, utilizing that AK-47, and all of a sudden it becomes 2-1 in the favor of LDLC. This is just a madhouse right now, going back and forth. 52 HP on Existence, 27 on Devil, 100 on Karan, so he definitely still has a chance at this, but should they get the bomb plant and a proper crossfire, it's going to become a very, very hard round for Karan to be able to win.
Problem is he has guessed wrong. He's still in the T ramp towards A. Bomb is going to be going down in B, and it's going to be such a long rotation for him just to get near that bomb site and have a chance to fish out both of those players. There's going to be so many places in the bomb site to clear that it's just going to be very, very tough on time.
Yeah, definitely. He's going to have to run all the way, so I'll probably hear him as well as he comes in. Start him too. He's flashing and just falling back, and Karan only one and has to jump down. Needs to get this kill straight away, otherwise it's all over in this round. Champion car, not finding anyone. There's guy behind the bench. It's Existence. He's gonna get that kill. Somehow, once again, a weird buy goes in the way of Existence and
just
his
like
buddies.
that single AK turned into a win. HAVU definitely overextended in the middle.
Alexi, yeah, he did.
No, but even after that, even after the initial trade in that 2v4 situation. They all swung out a window and were just completely destroyed.
Yeah.
That was a big mistake on HAVU's part. They still got money for a buy, though.
Yeah, you definitely have played that conservatively. At least they were peaking together, so there was that. But obviously, playing more conservative would have been the right choice.
See Alex coming to middle from underground. LDLC slowly taking map control. They got 2 people up in the middle. That's Toinu and Existence. Otto's still holding the other side of those carriages. So if Existence were to peek, you would meet the Finnish Opera here. And that's the peak right there, but doesn't connect on the kill. Bomb has been actually left very far towards the T spawn. Toinu is the closest player, but he's gonna have to go back for it.
That's a nice peek.
Nice peek out of Connector. Connects on 2 kills as LDLC are hoping to boost someone into the window, but now Maniac has snuck into the A side. And if HAVU are not prepared for this could get dangerous as he gets 1 kill on Otto, who is just unsuspecting of someone already having gotten into that bomb site.
Sorry, just hold here. Oh, a little longer. They could have been a difference maker in the situation, but peaks slightly prematurely. It's gonna go down, and it becomes a 3-on-3. And now Lexi is going through that smoke. But they don't fully realize this LDLC. The kill should come in the way of Alexi. Gets one. Uli connects as well. Gets the second one. The youngster with 2 kills. And that's again HAVU getting a round.
That was a big save at the end for HAVU. It could have been devastating to give up that 5v3 without anybody spotting A. That must have been a miscommunication because Alexi was not spotting from ticket booth to see if anybody would walk up from T-ramp, but his teammates were playing as if they had that information, so they were not at all ready for someone to have walked into that site. Another fairly broken desperation buy for LDLC, but they start off legging Otto. It's down to 20 points of health.
Yeah, Sisters once again on the op. Has to be said, he hasn't been exactly on point with it. Tournament, but at least it inflicts quite a bit of damage on Otto. Beginning of this round. Now they're rotating back towards middle. They're actually switching these weapons. They're trying to anyway. T-spawn. This could be Toinu now on the op once again. But as we can see from the minimap, you have LDLC gathering around this A ramp, potentially going for an A. Around playing a very close angle, and they're just gonna run in. With Toinu peeking with the op. Bombs down now. Karan gets one, as does Otto. Nice flash, but it's not gonna connect, but still gets the kill. And that's pretty much the round over.
2 players left for the terrorists, but they're not really gonna fully go for it. I think their goal here is to just get a couple of guns away. Maybe even save those weapons. Alex is just posted up in connector, but it's not a spot that he can easily venture out of. He's just waiting for someone from HAVU to peek him in that area. And here comes the peek. He gets a nice tap headshot early, but Alexi quickly returns. Now, Karan must have heard Devil. He's actually on the chase now. And they know the last terrorist is near T-spawn. Yeah. Round obviously going the way of HAVU now. There's no question about that. There's just no time left. And it doesn't look like they have any interest in chasing down Devil for his weapon, as they are all low on money. So one drop necessary for HAVU, but at least the other players in their team are going to be able to build up some economy.
It's very true. Stabilizing on the C side, very important, as those equipment are more expensive than those of the Ts. Through the scoreline here. Double the one that's actually managing to string rounds together. Now we're going to be seeing once again, obviously, that saved AK-47 from the previous round, but everyone else on a P250. These rounds have been dangerous for, dangerous from a HAVU perspective, or any opposing team of LDLC rather, in this tournament so far. So you don't count them out, Vinties.
Alexi once again pushed up in the middle. He's looking down towards underground. Otto has middle covered though, so it's a fairly safe setup, but no one from LDLC there yet. Though it looks like Alex is now venturing in that direction. Let's see if Alexi is going to keep holding. He's going to see the terrorists coming down any second. He does. That's an easy kill. Somehow his back no longer covered. A bit of a miscommunication there from Otto. just doesn't have the cover for him. This could now get dangerous as Otto takes quite a bit of damage from Existence, who has picked up a second AK now for LDLC.
Yeah, he's gone through the window. Otto decides to fall back into CT spawn. Along comes Sword into Kitchen, and well, 43 seconds left. LDLC seems to be obviously hitting that A bomb site. It's a matter of where do they try to plant it? If they're just going to try to get a connection plant, it could work out for them.
And that is the plant coming in towards connector. Tainu is going to be able to stay there. And it looks like Uli is going to rotate to that direction to see if he can win this duel against Tainu. Gets spotted. Now they know there's a player there. Existence is the other player remaining. Tainu with a nice headshot onto Kuron. Getting dangerous now, but Otto hits the op shot towards connector, leaving Existence as the lone man standing with just 26 points of health and a P250.
Well, the defuse coming in though, and I think it's gonna stick. There we go. HAVU with a 7th round on the board for themselves, but at a cost. They lost most of their members, but they did recover double ops.
7-3 now, so all of a sudden HAVU are starting to build a bit of a lead here. LDLC on a full buy now after that save round. It wasn't a bad effort for them. They got a couple of kills in a bomb plant. Considering the investment they put in, you'd call that a win. So right now, Devil all alone with the bomb towards A. Existence gets the entry quickly in middle on Otto. Trying to keep towards connector, but no one from HAVU challenging.
Is that a team Molly?
Uli spots Maniac trying to sneak close to B, but the Swissman instantly falls back. Here's gunfire in his general direction.
Interestingly, you see Kuron right now pushing. He just might have seen Devil actually. Yep, he's gonna see him, and the bomb's gonna go down as well. That's a lot of information gained by him. Alexi also connected on a shot. Maniac though, he's gonna be the next man. He's in that smoke. Who's gonna win this battle? It's gonna be Kuron with another one. Sees the head of Maniac and disposes of him. Now he's getting flanked and starting to get his kill next Existence, and Alex gets one on Kuron, but it's down to 6 HP. So this is pretty much over.
6 points of health, no chance here. Uli's gonna kill him as soon as he runs into his crosshair. And that's gonna be the 8th round for HAVU. Now all of a sudden starting to look like a commanding lead for the Finnish team here. Not a lot of money for LDLC, and they are calling a tactical timeout.
Yeah, I mean, kudos to one of the more veteran players on the HAVU lineup. Kuron, he's had a great first half so far. A lot of impact kills, and also I think a total of 11 so far. So yeah, it's been a tremendous start for him.
Definitely solid all-around play for HAVU. If you think about the rounds that they've lost, even had some bad luck, you could say, on some of them. At the same time, they did win the anti-eco,
Yeah.
or the force buy of their own against the anti-eco. But so far so good for the Finnish team, considering
That start
yeah,
is so horrible on a CT side especially.
This is 4-3 in favor of HAVU. That was looking like one of those halves where you keep trading rounds the whole game, eventually running out of money and giving the terrorists the upper hand. That's how you sometimes let them get into those halves where they get 8 rounds, even 9 rounds, and that's when you're really in trouble and you need to have a really strong terrorist half. So far, HAVU have been treading water. They're up 8-3, but you know it's not all said and done here. Couple bad rounds, and all of a sudden it's almost a tie half. So you gotta stay focused for the throughout the half. Gotta keep winning. It's a huge difference whether you finish this half with 10 or 12 rounds.
Again, LDLC on that interesting buy where Devil's gonna go all in on it. Everyone else half buying, upgrading pistols, getting armor, and a bunch of nades. So they're banking on individual being able to make plays here with our AK-47, but also having those smokes to be able to execute to a bomb site. And still leaving money so that they can buy in the following round for 4 players.
HAVU playing retake in the A site once more. The only player even spotting that is Kuron, who has had a whale of a game earlier today. Can't go away from that.
Right on.
Has been playing well.
Now,
all 5
again,
LDLC players towards B. Alex is the only one coming up from underground just to make some presence in the middle area. But HAVU currently have 3 players near the B side.
And Uli, I think, is in prime position right now. Unless he gets totally blinded or just like hit midair or something. He should be good.
However, Alexi has rotated out of B, and Zarte's now stuck in a close spot with Yob. This could get dangerous for him. See how he gets peeked from here. 2 LDLC players still up in the apartments. Zarte, is he gonna see anyone? Maniac just playing around him. Nice shot onto Maniac. There's 2 more players in the site. The Opper's just doing work, and they close out the round rather. 4 kills in the site. Surprisingly, I'm not sure if you noticed, but Alexi was actually playing with the CZ. He was counting on LDLC being on more of a save round. Obviously, you know, again, 4 players survive, so that's going to allow saving even more money for the Finns.
It's very true. Now, LDLC again on a full buy. We have an op in play for them as well. Those speed pushes have been dangerous from a HAVU perspective this time around. They managed to withstand, obviously, Sardia as well, playing a big part there, getting a nice no-scope, staying alive as long as they did throughout it. He would have gone down. LDLC managed to give a bit more pressure on that bomb side. I think he could have gone horribly wrong, but this time around, HAVU coming out on top. They have a nice 9-3 lead right now. I'd like to just change the pace from the Finns though.
Maniac spotted Uli, but the Molly just saves his life. Forces Maniac to a further back position in the B apartments.
Now this cushion of rounds also enables HAVU to be a little bit creative and try these pushes to further frustrate LDLC.
LDLC look to be splitting towards the B bomb site. Zarte's in a key position, pushed up with Yob. Other player in B, Uli, is going to be the first one to see action here. Again, he peeks, runs right into Toydin's crosshair as Zarte is getting shot in the back. And he's in a world of pain now. No way he survives, and he gets taken down, as does Alexi, rotating into the site. And this is a wide open site now. And a near impossible retake. HAVU says as much with their actions by falling back and attempting to save their weapons.
Yeah, a bit of patience from Uli could have made all the difference there.
He certainly
opened the floodgates.
He certainly gave LDLC the opening that they needed, especially considering Zarte was playing a position that was super vulnerable to anyone coming through connector. So the second Uli went down, it forced Zarte to just go all in on that peak. He got the first kill, but then he was instantly flanked from connector, and there was just nothing that he could do there. So that's going to be the 4th round on the board for LDLC. It's going to cut HAVU's streak of 5 straight round wins. HAVU do still have plenty of money to go for the final rounds of the half.
Yep.
And that is also going to be the case for LDLC after such a lopsided win. So no more save rounds or even weak buys for this half. Actually, take that back. HAVU went for the double up setup. They spent so much money that things could actually get tricky if they do lose this round. Let's see. LDLC setting up with 3 players towards T-ramp. Looks like it's gonna be some kind of a hit towards A. Alex currently looking for a pick towards B apartment. There's a bit of a crack in the smoke, but LDLC now already out at Tetris. This Devil smoking out ticket booth. Tainu is trying to peek out of A Palace.
However, it's going to be Alexi with the first kill of the round. And now it seems like LDLC is fully committed on this A bomb site. Devil is going to get boosted up. Also those Sarahs, Alex is going to retaliate, make it a 4-4 situation, and the freeze is not happening. But here we go, Alexi on short, not able to get one on Alex. And, well, HAVU's just going down 1 by 1 right now. All down to good old Xarth.
And that's another lost opportunity for HAVU. They couldn't turn Alexi's opening kill into anything. They were a little greedy on the rotations in the middle, and Alex was there to cut him off. He got 3 kills. And because HAVU actually went for the double up setup in the previous round, that means they're actually not going to have a ton of money to go around for the final round of the half now. Zarte's only got 300. He's going to be able to drop a UMP basically, nothing else. Auto is going to be able to afford to buy enough. If he wants to Corona, he's going to be able to buy whatever he wants. But both Alexi and Uli have almost no money. So it's not going to be a particularly strong buy. Let's see what HAVU chooses to do here.
I mean, LDLC is going to be very happy if they manage to get the 6.
Six would be a very good half on the terrorist side.
Yeah.
Also put some pressure on HAVU to have a good half. Let's see. Fast push out a T-Ramp for LDLC. They've only got 3 players out of Tetris, and it doesn't look like HAVU are even aware of that.
No, Karan is going to be the man in the hot seat. Literally, he's getting burned out alive. It's going to be a trade of kills. 4-on-4 situation as Otto tries to hold the 4th. But again, this is an equalized situation now. The bomb side has to be compromised. But this LDLC really patiently, not even being fully on the bomb side.
Zarte misses a free kill, finally connects through the other smoke. After the initial miss, Existence now trying to go pick up the up. He's only got 16 points of health, and HAVU are very concerned that someone could be lurking in the middle. But they've now cleared that area, and Alexei is pushing in towards the B Palace to check that out. Zarte is holding a very passive angle from jungle towards the A site to see if anybody's crossing. Meanwhile, his teammates are clearing the rest of the map, so it's only a matter of time before the CTs find out that Devil and Existence are slowly headed towards the A bomb site.
Started though, not having the best timing possible. They might actually let them sneak by.
Zarte gets paranoid at exactly the wrong time, and that's going to allow a bomb plant. A bomb plant coming in from LDLC. That's a poor timing, but Otto gets a nice op headshot.
Again, it's going to be
onto
Devil.
The Belgian leader.
Yeah, Devil once again in a clutch scenario. He's shown a masterclass in these, but they could prove to be too much. But actually, it's reading. Alexei's flying almost perfectly for the moment at least. Down to 26 HP. Alexei comes in. He's going to get the kill. That's going to be the half. HAVU hits 10.
Nicely played in the 3v1 with HAVU. Alexei didn't commit to that peek even after taking his first swing at it. Didn't commit. Just peek back, let his teammates come close, a guaranteed win. 10-5, it's a pretty good half considering it was 4-3 at one point, but at the same time, it still allows LDLC to be within reach.
Within striking distance, you could say.
Depending on wingspan. 10-5, second half going live any second now.
In about five.
Not a lot of kills for anybody on LDLC. Existence the only one to hit 10. That speaks to how lopsided a lot of the wins were for HAVU. But then the problem is they just couldn't convert that to a bigger round total. 10 is quite okay. It's been enough for them throughout this tournament. Historically, they've always been an alright terrorist team. It's a CT side that's never been a lockdown defense for them.
Well, see what HAVU has in store for the first round. Sarda has purchased the Molly, which is he's going to throw into the window. Has to smoke as well. It would appear they're going for short, and they're going to be finding Existence there, who's on the watchout. It's going down, and that's going to be the whole B bomb site clear, as there was a 4-man stack from LDLC, and this allows for the aggression from HAVU towards Kitchen if they wanted to. Sarda is going to, but might be overextending a little bit. Peeks it, he sees a player in there, but little do we know there's a short push coming from LDLC. Karan with one, just only one. A trade from LDLC comes in.
3v4, time ticking down. Really tough retake, and it's unlikely LDLC can make it work. Toinu now the last man standing. Gets taken down, and that's going to give HAVU some comfort, but having seen the first half, you must assume that LDLC is going to go for the force buy here.
Indeed. Surprises, would it? See what they decide to do.
There is the scout.
Yeah, there's a scout.
Pistols and armors coming in. So this is the force buy from them. Let's see if they can once again bring it back right after. HAVU got 4 people ready to enter the A site. Otto's the one towards B, just holding flank essentially. Curl gets the opening kill. Maniac still under Palace.
You gotta make sure they check that.
By the stairs, Maniac goes down. There's 2 early kills for HAVU, and things are looking good as they enter the A site.
That looks clean so far. 3 kills going away of HAVU. And Toinu and Devil, the last 2 alive. I think they just wanted to save these because this round is a lost cost for them. Clinic from HAVU just literally walking up that A ramp. Ron getting the entry. and they just continued on that.
Could have been a lot more dangerous had LDLC positioned that scout in the ticket booth area, because HAVU did not use a lot of smokes. But obviously, you know, that didn't happen. They guessed right. Easy entrance into that site. LDLC now could still be dangerous in the next round with that scout. We've seen what teams have done with just a single scout in save rounds previously. But it does give HAVU some comfort in the sense that the other players on the team will have to be on a full save to have any kind of buy on the 4th round coming right after. So HAVU look to be in good shape to take a 13-5 lead, and that is the kind of commanding lead that you're more than happy to take at this point in game.
Yep, definitely do. All it's gonna do is run away with it. Question is, if they're going to be able to, but it's looking good so far. All right. See what LDLC shows us here. Obviously, it's going to be mostly an eco, but there is that scout in play. As we pointed out, it can be a dangerous weapon. As we saw Alexi actually on their own HAVU's own situation where they had one. He got 3 kills with it.
LDLC stacking A once again. Not a huge fan of the A stacks. They had one on the pistol round as well, but the problem is the A bomb side is so easy to attack on the terrorist side that even if you stack it, you're by no means guaranteed to win. Unlike the B side, where, for example, HAVU had a lot of success on their save round, where Alexi got 3 scout kills. It's such a tight choke point that if you have a lot of players there, it actually really favors you at that point if you just choose correctly.
Yeah, well, HAVU has spotted that scout now, and Sort losing 71 HP with that. Bomb is now actually making its way towards the scout. Koino actually decides to fall back. It's a little indecisiveness still in HAVU camp. Waiting to see what's going on as we have Karan and Otto here in the B apartments. Potentially trying to cause a bit of a rotation from the friend's side. That is exactly what's going to happen. Let's just see if we made it. Now we have 4 players from LDLC on that B bomb site. It's all down to Alex right now behind ticket booth. I think that might be a bit of a tall order.
It's also just hiding. He's not even challenging currently. Only got a PT50 there. So HAVU just need to swiftly enter the site, get the bomb planted before the troops come in. Toinu gets spammed down through the smoke. Can't get anything done with the scout. Kills coming in left and right for HAVU. Bomb's gonna be planted with 15 seconds to go. Alex now the last man standing with the scout, but he's surely just going to go for kills here because he's not the gun they want to be fielding for the first weapon round that is coming up next. And there's the final kill, 13-5 for HAVU. 3 rounds away from stealing the opening map in the grand final here.
Yeah, it's definitely a pretty sight if you're a HAVU fan. Just 3 away from getting this map number 1.
Not a lot of margin for error for LDLC. They need to win 10 out of the remaining 12 rounds just to force overtime. 11 out of 12 to win a regulation. Really tall order, especially after giving HAVU the money of having 1 pistol. Slow round coming out of HAVU. They got 3 people getting ready to take over middle. Caron holding in the B palace area. Alex somehow gets the kill even though he looked like he was half blind. Existence ready to trade, and that's a favorable trade early on for LDLC. They're up in numbers 4-on-3.
Well, Otto right now is making his way in the connector. He's hungry for that retaliation, but he's not going to find anything as LDLC kind of becoming more passive after that successful trade.
Next kill will have to go towards HAVU. That's smoke blocking the connector. Uli still holding an angle that can't really field any peeks. His teammate is by the stairs. Now Otto gets spotted. He's by the staircase coming out of connector. And Karon is going to join with the bomb. Uli finally gets that kill. That's the opener HAVU needed to start attacking the site. They're gonna molly ticket booth, but they cannot go for the plan towards connector. They try anyway, but Existence is there to easily kill the bomb planner, and that's a fairly good round for LDLC. 3 players surviving, never really in danger of losing.
has to be pointed out, Existence is having a baller around there. Obviously, be the one to trade the kill on Alex, and then the patience he showed there at stairs, where he was kind of in a smoke, gets the planner, and then effectively is what wins the round for them.
Huge round now coming up. Both teams fairly low on money, so it's actually likely whoever loses this round, unless they save a couple of weapons, they're probably going to be in a save round.
It's true. High stakes. Slow start again. HAVU is looking to go in the middle, but they're taking their time. They are respecting the potential aggressiveness from LDLC. But we're not going to really see that this time around.
Yeah, unfortunately, the passive setup is 1 round late. Would have been very useful in the previous round.
That's true. I mean, they did wait for a while, the previous one as well, but not long enough.
Neat little jump boost to get across middle. Uli's going to see action here. Alex going for the close distance peek, but gets the kill even though Uli's waiting. His crosshair position was not good enough. Alex able to convert Alexi. Heard Existence shooting on the other side of the smoke now. He knows there's a player in jungle.
Slow progression, too short right now from HAVU. As Alexi has snuck his way to stairs. He sees Maniac jumping to take it to. He's not going to take a shot. Instead, he's just going to keep on sneaking in. Gets past Existence as well. He might be able to get a free one onto Maniac. Very nice.
Ido's in a really dangerous spot. Sees two. No, just misses on the CT. He's got a chance to get a free kill.
Yeah.
He's going to see Existence, but he legs him. Doesn't get the kill, and now Devil's going to be on the flank. Toinu gets a kill. Alex still hiding up in the apartments. And things are going horribly wrong. The best that HAVU can hope for is a bomb plant, but it's not going to go down. And that's going to completely wreck their economy, force them on a save round, as LDLC look poised to cut their deficit to 5 rounds.
Yeah, something we didn't see on the stream was Alexi made his way through connector towards the spawn where Maniac was jumping by the ticket booth. If he had gotten that kill on Maniac, I'm sure that would have triggered a rotation from LDLC and then given a much more easier entry for HAVU to be bomb site. So just a little detail of 1 kill literally possibly making that difference in that round. Now we are in a situation where HAVU has to save, so LDLC slowly but surely trying to get back into this game.
3 Glocks for HAVU, not a lot of money spent. Alex opens up with a kill. Maniac gets 1. Make that 2 for him and Alex. And 3. Swift cleanup in the A side. 5 kills, no deaths for LDLC. Down 5 rounds, building some more money. They've got a bit of a safety cushion now. But there's the double up. Why is this happening? We've seen throughout this tournament for LDLC, they've been doing well. Then they brought up the second up as their confidence has increased. And he has not panned out well a single time. Oh, Maniac's been hurt by Uli. Easy kill. But there's a second player there. Devil trades that kill. 4v4. Still a favorable trade for HAVU, of course. You're happy to go down in numbers as a terrorist. So outlook is still good for their team. 2 ops for LDLC. It's also going to make it really hard to retake any site. HAVU have realized that now that there's only 4 players left, it's unlikely that there's going to be 2 people playing inside the B site, so they're grouping up in that direction.
But little do they know, there actually has 2 CTs right now to be bomb site.
Unfortunately, Existence also is in window, so he's not a long rotation away. But HAVU still get a couple smokes, couple flashes, and a molly, which could be enough to gain entrance. All they really need is to get 1 entry and to get down into that bomb site, and then they're going to be at a huge advantage with those AKs against the ops. And the push is going to come any second now. HAVU are setting up for the smokes. Pop flash from LDLC. Nothing comes out. Toinu can't see through the smoke. Takes a blind shot, make that 2. Doesn't hear anything. Still no rotation from LDLC. They got 2.5 players in that region. HAVU getting ready with the smokes. And that's the smokes raining in now. Let's see what Toinu and Alex can do. The rotation is coming in. Devil is already running into that site. But who's gonna get the first kill? That's gonna be Otto. But Alex replies with 2 of his own. And oh, Otto with a nice quick kill with an AWP, but he's stuck in a bad spot. Short distance is 1v2, not a lot of money. And Existence closes out the round with the AWP. 9th round for LDLC, their 4th in a row as CTs, and once again breaking HAVU's bank.
If I was HAVU, just having to take time out, cool down a little bit. LDLC has strung together a hot streak here.
I think what you should actually do in this situation, now that you know the other team has 2 AWPs and they'll be playing retake on A, what you should do is you just do a default A execute after sending someone to make some noise towards middle. You execute into A with smokes. You're all but guaranteed to get the bomb plant, and at that point they've got 2 AWPs to try and retake that site. That should be the best approach usually in this case.
Yeah.
At the same time, you would think that LDLC is aware of that, but there isn't that much you can do with 2 AWPs unless you stop the terrorists from getting into that site, which you can't exactly do if the smokes are placed properly. It's going to be a tough retake. So let's see. Existence is just jumping around in middle, all by himself. No one helping, not at all afraid of anyone peeking him. He's finally getting Alex now to his side. Alex instantly disposes of Zarte, deletes him from the server. 5v4. LDLC is still super aggressive in the middle, so they know this hit is not going to come through middle. It's going to go directly to A or directly to B. And HAVU players are walking out. A now, Maniac spots them. He's communicating. The opponents are in the site. Otto gets a kill, traded to make that 2, and now all of a sudden this is a little dangerous. But Maniac cleans up, he's got 2 kills, make that 3. LDLC hit 10 rounds and they're just within 3 now.
Wow, what do you know? Let's see if they listen to your advice.
The tables have seemingly turned. A 5-round streak for LDLC, not too dissimilar to what HAVU did on their CT side. But now these are the key rounds. 24th round of the game. At most, 6 rounds left. 7 rounds in regulation.
Yep. Again, looks like it's going to be that mid take though, coming from HAVU. And Existence though, he's utilizing that AWP fully. Gets a pick on Otto. Once again, the man down from HAVU. To kind of start their 1 for this round.
And that's just not an op duel that you can't afford to lose.
Existence. Alex actually comes through the window. That's another one going away from LDLC.
Cooley's trying to walk out of T-Ram. Does some damage on Maniac's down to 5 health.
Yeah.
But Cooley is forced to fall back with that molly. HAVU need an opening somewhere. They can't instead go into a site in a 3v5. Zarte offers 1. He takes out Existence.
Chose the bomb with it too.
But HAVU's still stuck in no man's land in the middle. They've got no direct access to a site. They can't really split anywhere. They're going to have to move their players around. Caron now sneaking into connector. Devil's actually pushing all the way to A Palace while HAVU are grouping up into connector. So while he thinks the A side is clear, that's actually where the attack is going, and no one from LDLC is aware of that. It's a great position for HAVU, who are just sneaking in now. But the problem is they don't know the side is clear. That's why they're going to spend utility to take over it. And that's what's actually going to alert LDLC to the attack. Maniac gets the rotation. And just like that, HAVU now in trouble. Devil's going to be on the flank. He should be able to kill Karan. He does. Leaves Uli in a 1v3. It is a tough spot for him. No real chance. Instantly gets naded down. Now, unfortunate luck for HAVU to go for the molly into that site. Had they just kept walking, they would have been able to get the bomb plat and get set up properly for it. Now, here's the tactical pause for HAVU. They've still got a 2-round lead, but they have lost 6 straight rounds. They have not won a round since their 3-0 start to this half with the pistol round win.
So in other words, they have not been able to convert on the what's rounds here, east side.
They've severely struggled gaining any map control. Every single time they've gone towards the middle area, which is frankly a lot of the time, they've always traded kills, usually losing people. Has not been a good time for HAVU on the terrorist side. Gonna have to think of a new approach here. full weapon round coming in for both teams.
A moment of silence as we get into this last 5 rounds of this first map.
You basically only hear Existence and Alexi speaking currently.
You could hear a pin
What
drop right
comes
there.
out of it. Match is unpaused. 8 seconds of freeze time left. And this is about that time where you just need one of your players to step up, get a couple of headshots,
Yep.
get you back into that game.
You could say
HAVU-
this is the kind of moment where you could use a surrogate.
HAVU still got a 2-round lead, but that lead is vaporizing really fast. And it looks like they're once again setting up to take over middle with 3 people heading that way. Uli's holding A Palace for a push, and Karan's going to underground towards middle.
CT in connector as well. That's Alex. You can see above it. Towards underground. But also Alexi on the other side of the connector.
And Alexi hears Alex falling back now as he makes footsteps. Now, HAVU have successfully gotten full control of middle, but what do they do with it?
That is the question, isn't it?
LDLC have been masterful at holding the sites by focusing more on B with a passive hold of A, with Maniac playing by ticket booth a lot of the time. That's allowed them to play an effective CT side without actually controlling middle. This time they do have players in A, but Alexi finally gets the opener for HAVU that they needed so badly, getting to window through ladder room. He's now going to smoke off connector, and it looks like HAVU's going to enter the A side. But Existence is lurking on top of the ticket booth, misses the first shot that could have been their chance to tie up the round. Zarte kills Maniac. Now no one left for LDLC in the site, and surely this is finally gonna be HAVU getting on the board.
Toino now alone in 104 situation. Successful push from HAVU. Finally, Toino gets spotted out as well. Gets blinded by the flash, and he's just gonna try to hold on to this AWP with his dear life. But there's a bit of a push coming in from HAVU now from the
Uli's certainly going to kill him. Easy kill.
There we
They've
go.
already got the op. No reason to pick up a second. HAVU extend their lead to 3 rounds, 14-11. 2 rounds away now from closing out map 1. Still plenty of money to go around for LDLC, but their reserves are depleted. They get a full buy this round, but they're not going to have any money left in the bank should HAVU win a 2nd round in a row. Alexi in the middle all by himself, but Alex ready for it, just hiding inside that smoke. But that's a fake. HAVU's plan is to actually get into that A site. Maniac is the one player by ticket booth. He needs to stay alive. Existence swings out all by himself without any help from his teammates. Alex gets his 2nd kill of the round, but he's low on health.
Yeah, this is a 3-on-3 now. It becomes an alpha plan situation. Positional advantage, HAVU right now. Yep, Otto, very good spot there. Decides to fall back a little bit. Now, what can they do with the retake? There's a molly in play. That is going to explode. Sarde, he gets one, but gets mollied away in the process. Becomes a 2-on-2, but Alex has pointed out before, he's low on HP. It's not going to make things any better for LDLC. Comes up for the stairs, but here comes Karan and Otto both. A frag for each. And that's the map point for HAVU.
It seems that HAVU finally understood that they've got free entrance into that A site with just a couple of smokes. That's all they need. The retakes are going to be tough for LDLC. And now LDLC, not a lot of money. All they've got is, I believe, upgraded pistols. Devil didn't even go for the... Surprisingly, didn't even go for a rifle. So upgraded pistols for LDLC. They need 4 to force overtime. And HAVU back in the driver's seat with 2 straight round wins.
Look at this.
After a horrible streak.
Aggro from LDLC. Alex with the CZ. Almost all the way up in the middle. There's a flash coming in as well, but HAVU staying patient. Just waiting in middle. That grenade is almost going to take half of HP from Alex. Well, 31, but still. Something. Still just going to stay here. Very aggressive angle. Now, the problem for him is that there is a bunch of T's that might be facing him simultaneously. Or a flash might come in.
Slow round. Alex still posted up in the middle. And he's gonna be faced with Alexi when HAVU
It's like a standoff right now.
eventually starts moving. It is a standoff for the time being. Alexi with the A gun advantage with the AK, but Alex
Can we get some Western music
close
here,
up
maybe?
with a CZ. Alex twitches first, goes for the peek, instantly gets taken out. HAVU get the opening kill, and they're setting up for a similar tactic to previous round. They got 2 people in middle while the rest of the team are poised to hit the A side. Maniac playing close. Kenny's showing. Darte finally connects. Caron gets a kill onto Devil walking out underground, and it's a 5-on-2 advantage for HAVU as they look to close out the first map.
It's down Excesses and Antonio. They're going to have to be the ones to do some work, but they're unable to. That's going to be HAVU 16-11 in map number 1.
It's a good end to that game. For a second there, it looked like HAVU might just let LDLC get back into it. They lost 6 straight rounds.
Got scary there.
As LDLC brought them within 2 rounds, but still were able to come through after the pause, basically, after the timeout.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean,
16-11.
Well, all right. That's it from us for the next 10 minutes. We're going to be on a break, but don't go anywhere. We have map number 2 coming up just after this.